Welcome, wonderful dreamers. Today I'm going to make two very different muffins. One born from scarcity, and one born from abundance. I'm basically making banana bread and portioning it by using a muffin tin. Banana bread became wildly popular in the United States in the 1930s during the Great Depression era. Baking powder and baking soda, aka bicarb soda, were already commercially available by then, which made quick breads inexpensive and reliable. Quick breads are baked goods that use baking powder or baking soda instead of yeast, like scones, pancakes, and muffins. They were practical and reliable during hard economic times. Plus, during the Great Depression era, there was an emphasis on waste reduction and stretching ingredients, which is why overripe bananas became popular to use in baking. So far, I have added the banana and Greek yogurt with a little bit of vanilla essence. I don't have any brown sugar, so I'm just going to use raw sugar and molasses to make my own. The ratio is 1 tablespoon of molasses to 1 cup of raw sugar. And you can add more or less depending on your taste. Okay, back to banana facts. There are a few benefits to using overripe bananas besides reducing waste. When a banana overripens, the starches convert into sugars, and that's why it ends up tasting sweeter. And it becomes softer and more moist and stronger in flavor. And the pectin and fiber in the banana help hold the crumb together, which is why banana can sometimes replace egg in vegan baking. I have added the sugar and eggs. And now I'm adding the margarine or butter, which means all the wet ingredients are in the bowl mixed and ready for the dry ingredients. So what makes this a muffin? Apparently, a muffin uses the quick bread method, which is mix the wet ingredients and dry ingredients separately and then combined briefly. They are usually a little lower in sugar and fat than a cupcake. They are rustic in texture and appearance and have a denser crumb, and can be sweet or savory, and they don't use yeast. To save myself the extra bowl in washing up, I'm just adding the dry ingredients to the wet instead of mixing them together first. But that's the beauty of muffins. They're very forgiving. Their biggest rule is just don't overmix. The dry ingredients I'm using today are baking powder, quick oats and wholemeal self-raising flour, cinnamon and a touch of nutmeg. And I did add a pinch of salt. The oven is preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is around 353 degrees Fahrenheit. And I will bake the muffins for approximately 25 minutes. My oil spray bottle broke, so I am covering the tin with oil using a silicone pastry brush. And then I will use my biggest cookie scoop to make sure each muffin is basically the same size. Then, as a cute way to decorate them, I'm going to slice up a banana and put 1 slice on top of each muffin. It will prevent that big dome look that muffins have, but that flat rustic look for banana muffins works well. The house smells amazing, and I think the muffins look really cute. Okay, now to make the lemon and blueberry muffins. Instead of using buttermilk, I'm using Greek yogurt thinned out with a little bit of water to give it a similar consistency. And I will use the same basic method to make this muffin as I did the banana muffin. The lemon originated in Asia. Because citrus had to be transported and carefully cultivated, it was initially associated with wealth. However, as trade routes expanded and greenhouse cultivation improved, it became more mainstream between the 17th and 19th centuries. This is one place you don't measure vanilla with your heart and only add a little bit. That way, it supports the lemon by adding depth and softening the edges of the citrus and not overpowering the flavor. I'm adding the zest to the wet ingredients so the oils can disperse properly and flavor the whole batter. The acidity in lemon activates the baking soda, also known as bicarb soda, and improves the lift in the batter. The acid reacts to the sodium bicarbonate and creates carbon dioxide gas, similar to how yeast produces carbon dioxide when it feeds on sugar. This causes the baking product to rise, and why they are called quick breads. Yeast is a biological fermentation producing CO2 over time. The bicarb plus acid is a chemical reaction producing CO2 instantly. Lemon doesn't just help the batter rise, it adds a beautiful aroma and a brightness to the flavor of the muffin. The acid in the lemon helps the proteins set more firmly, which can give a cleaner crumb. I know I should put this in the dry ingredients, but that's more about the flour than it is the little spices. So far, I have added Greek yogurt, water, vanilla, lemon zest, lemon juice, nutmeg, and sugar. That's satisfying to watch. A pinch of salt. Now for the melted margarine, the eggs, the oats, and the flour. Oh, and because I talked about it so much, I should probably add the baking soda, aka bicarb soda. There are two types of muffins, the American muffin and the English muffin. I'm making the American-style muffins, and not the English-style muffins. The American muffin uses the chemical leavening agents baking powder and baking soda. And the English muffins use biological fermentation with the leavening agent yeast. Once the mixture is completed, I add the blueberries. Fruit's easier to handle when it's frozen, especially berries. The dark blueberries against the pale lemon batter looks amazing. And there's a beautiful aroma of lemon in the air. Okay, now to get these in the oven. Lemon muffins really do feel bright and carry a touch of luxury with them. That feeling of refinement is most likely because creating them relied on imported fruits and sugars, and that linked them to wealth and status. The oven has been preheated to 175 degrees Celsius, which is about 347 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'll bake them for about 35 minutes. I'm just adding a few berries as the last couple of scoops needed more. Oh, the house smells amazing. There's banana and cinnamon and lemon and just a sense of baking in the air. And a day full of baking is a good day. To store them, I wait until they're completely cool and then wrap them in plastic wrap. Then I wrap each one in foil and make sure I keep them separate so I don't mix up the flavors. Then put them in their own bag, label it, and put it in the freezer. When I want one, I grab it out, put it in the microwave for 30 to 60 seconds, and it's ready to eat. So wonderful, dreamers, which muffin is your favorite batch? Did you enjoy the rustic, no-waste, moist, dense, beautifully brown banana muffin? Or are you more of the bright, refined, tighter, crumbed lemon muffin bursting with blueberry flavor? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you had a good day.